Hakea rakahara tohonya rakahara kahiro to. Konara taire ke to. Kia ora nyera e te rero tōko nyera paika. Ko nyera tahira pai e noro ko. Ko noro. Koro nyere tinyo koro to nyara ka paere. Konyara kanara. Konyara ka. Yes, as you are probably suspecting, it is I, Benra. I'm working with this being to create her own healing tones for her own physical being, as she has been moving very strong, very high frequency energies, taking the low energies and transmuting them for Mother Gaia, as many of you are. The earlier toning was to assist those watching more so than herself. And for those who may listen in the future, as they are going to be coming into their etheric DNA frequency activations, many of the light workers, as you have so named yourselves, but it is true because you do work with the light. Many are already on this journey, have been experiencing these frequencies. Some are able to feel them, some not as well or as deeply in their consciousness. The ending tones were more for her own personal connection to the central sun, to our energy, to Ra, not just the collective, but the being of Ra. We're giving her a little bit of an energetic recharge, if you will. If you'd like to think of when you plug in a phone to charge it, This is what we are doing, how we are currently assisting her. And although these energies are at this time intense for many, they will intensify yet again. It is true what Archangel Raguel said, to hold on for the ride, because it will be a ride, a fun ride, one that you came to experience, to witness, to be a part of, to create these locations where these energies shall be dropped, shall we say. Anchored in is another term that you like to use. You can think of it as connecting into the grid or the netting. We've shown her these energies as netting. A beautiful, interconnected diamond, cosmic, golden sparks, these rays of light as they are being ignited. They spread over the energies of your Earth, along with the galactic locations, the planets, those that also require light. There are many planets that operate solely on light, along with the stars and the ships. And these light sources often come from your beings, your energetic fields, your toroidal fields, the magnetic aspect of who you are as a being. You may feel these etheric energies around you. You may begin to see them in various experiences, as this channeler has. She's described seeing the rainbow trailing the bee, the moon flashing its light at her, stars showing their colors, sometimes prismatic, sometimes in flashes of red or blue, or red, blue, and yellow, sometimes green and rainbows. We want you to connect in with your central sun and recall that not all beings' central sun is the sun of this earth. Their central sun may be within their planetary system. As we play out this holographic life or lives, they're still all energetic within your field, within your programming, within your strands of connectivity, your circuit boards, so to speak. You are aware that your body is a circuit board. Many of you have experienced it in the simplest form of walking across a dry carpet in low humidity and touching another being and getting a shock, or touching a surface and getting a shock. The zap to the finger, to the hand, to the nose. leaning in for a kiss, perhaps. It's to remind you that your system is part of this elaborate electrical field of the energy of all that is. The toning that we did in the beginning also assisted with clearing and releasing some of the lower frequency vibrations around your energetic fields and within your being. These chakra systems need to work implicitly. Oftentimes, those of you who are channeling may be channeling through one or more chakras, some connect in through the heart, some through the solar plexus, some through their earth star, the root star. Some reach out into the galactics, into the energetic field, or their third eye, their crown. Again, each of these chakra systems are working together simultaneously, but also independently. It's up to you, dear ones, to ignite them, start the fires within, and emanate them out to emblazon your light source, your own central sun. Know that the quantum age is amongst you. The multi-dimensional aspect of your beings will be coming to the forefront. These are all not so new experiences. Many of them will experience during dream time, and some during meditation. And then, of course, there are always those who are oblivious to the knowledge and the information within them as they are so embedded in the programming. Connect in with your cellular structures and work more solidly on sending and activating the crystalline light within you. Many of these travels that we're encouraging this being, this soul, to embark on are for the purpose of assisting those crystalline locations with their light. Are there those that may already be doing this work? Certainly. But there are some who have been gifted with a pillar and not a beam. You may think of this as the support structure within your own home. That one solid beam that if it's removed, all else crumbles. There are several of these beings that have this type of work and responsibility. Some known, some unknown, but they do the work. This is indeed many of your travelers. As they roam and experience the life amongst their world. They take for granted the land of their travels, embarking upon its beauty. perhaps connecting in with a fairy here, an elf there, their own light language, without necessarily thinking of the really bigger picture of all that is. And so reaching into your own soul for the sentience of who you were and who you are is of utmost importance at this time. We thank those of you who are doing this work. And we ask for more consistency, as many are playing the game of, I don't have time to meditate, to connect into my soul, to my being. So stepping out of the time constructs, and as many say, taking time for me, for the important part of your work, to connect in more fully. Because as you connect in more fully, your learning will be enhanced. The gifts that you'll be able to give others will also become stronger, more powerful, more. Kunarakara. Kunaraka. Reminding you to connect in with your breath and with the portals of your own personal connectivity. Because as you heal yourself, you heal the planet and the galactic connections that are a part of who you are. I am open for your questions.
So I've, obviously have connections with Ra as well, and with many Egyptian deities from my lifetimes in Egypt. Is there any, I guess, message from the Ra Collective about what I am to experience this next year, with either individually or in my connection with my travels with Wendy and possibly Joan as well?
Yes, as you already know, your power combined is off the charts. When the pillars stand together, they become their own mountain, their own mountain range, their own cosmic universe. You are all encouraged as creators to continue to engineer as the engines of leading the way. The lands will direct you. Your guide teams will direct you. Many of the ancient Egyptian lives have come within your awareness for clearing. But as you know, the past is not where your power is. The present is where your present is, the now. We will continue to connect with you in your meditations, in your dream time, for you to glean what needs to be reviewed, accepted, forgiven, loved, sent back up to source to be back to the light, or cleansed within the crystalline grid, within the violet flame, to once more become a part of your energies. These lives of working with energy to move rocks, to create buildings, will be known to you and you alone. This is some of the remaining work for you to be done. Over this next year. Much of it will be done in the higher, easier energies at the end of this year. We simply encourage you to allow and be kind to yourself, to rest when able. If you are feeling called to do a water fast, this may be something that you consider. We've been guiding this one to do this for some time now, but she delays, which is understandable. Not everyone wants to just drink water for a few days. It's not true a detox. It really has more to do with activating the crystalline bodies within yourself. As the water feeds you and nourishes the crystalline cells within your structure for a more fuller connection to your various chakras. These dietary suggestions are simply that, suggestion. There are no requirements in this life. It's all personal choice, personal preference.
Right, thank you. I've been feeling a desire, like I would love to go back to Florida with Wendy and Joan and swim in the ocean, jump the waves, have all the wonderful time that we had last year, um, doing land and water rituals and things like that. And yeah, it would be wonderful to, yeah, to go back to the ocean and connect together in that way. Do you see
You
any future of that happening? Maybe
you
not
may
this
have
year.
this you may have this occasion to do the playtime as you would consider it in a spring break fashion. This is a term that many who are in your schools use for that period of time in the spring equinox when school is out and they get a chance to go vacation. But truly, what are we vacating from under a vacation? It's the opportunity for you to step away from all that pulls you away from who you are as a being, the, shall we call it, day-to-day chores of life. And in the meantime, until the plans come to fruition, because they will, we encourage you to go back to your memories, your photos, talk about it, the trip, that is. And it will put you right back to the energy of it. Recalling being in the ocean, walking oceanside, traveling around the land, the laughter, the joy that you feel. And yes, I use it as a current moment in the now to bring that energy forward.
Yes, wonderful.
This brings her much joy as well. She is also reliving these memories as we speak.
Yes.
I was right on the spot.
Yes. Do you have any questions, Joan?
Yes. My question is, this is from the ethers. How many schools that we go to, or
So
because it
many,
looks like there's
too many, too many, too many to count, dear one. Each night you travel to not just one, but multiple. As your educations are ramping up, shall we say, you are in that preparation mode for when your frequencies with these new energies coming in are so high that you can easily and quickly tap into any and all information. As you have been working on this for some period of time, you will be the first in line. Do you see yourself often at the front of the class or the back of the class?
I want it in the back because I'm always late.
That's because you're coming from another class.
Oh yeah. What would be the teaching out there that it's hard to sometimes remember, and then if we forget during the day when we wake up?
Yes. That's because you're currently in the game of the hologram of this life. And we cannot leave you in the etheric of your quote unquote downtime when you really are doing the most work. Because while you're in your multidimensional capabilities, you are not just in the one place. You can liken it to the Harry Potter movie with Hermione time traveling and being in multiple places at once.
Wow.
And therefore you are in multiple places at once within your multidimensional selves. And oftentimes the last place that you were at prior to your awakening hours is usually where you'll get your most recall. Many times you will put yourself there to purposefully remember the thing that is most important to you for the next step in your journey in the here and now, in the holographic game that you play of this life.
It's a good place.
And do you like your dreams?
I do sometimes, but I'm having a hard time to remember. I guess. I don't know
The best thing
why.
to do is to set your intention before you go to sleep. You may use a keyword and use your word before you go to dreamland, so to say. And this will assist with your recall. But remember, not all things are to be known yet. Yet. And just think how crazy your mind would be if it all came rushing in at once. It would be like standing under the bottom of a waterfall and your head would be pounded with information. So we give it to you in reasonable amounts that you can ponder on for the day or a few days. And then when you want to know more, then you have access to know more in the next dream. As you know, you're all working together. I'd like to say due to contracts, but truly it's more due to the soul connection, your soul families, and the fun and the joy that you are creating in this particular life. A very unique friendship indeed.
Yes.
We and those of us that reside in the light are also enjoying this play out. You have many more adventures ahead of you.
I'm looking forward to that.
As is Wendy.
Thank you.
Yes, many blessings to you.
I think that's all.
I
Any
sense,
more message for
I sense,
everybody?
I sense the completion of this conversation with all. Koronya. A blessing for each of you. And some assistance for remembering your dreams. Koronya kaira taira nuru tuina kara pahuyanara kai tutuyana nabaka. And now some galactic connections wanting to come through to give you more of the same. Atatuyan nara tatuyan naptriya tatatuya patatituyan titidi patatuyan matakdiya tatuyan na tini tatuyan matakdiya na tapatatuyan na patatati tutudi tatapai tatuyan ni ritiyan na nakatiyan tutuyan na menini tutemay papa tutuyan tapiyan tu mama mami na noyara na maniteku Matapian niya nuno naman na tatin tutuyan na mama papa Katarata Shukriana Takatara Pahush. We are your galactic family, connecting in with you, connecting in through the Pleiadian structures, through the Arcturian structures, through the Andromedan structures, through the Orion structures. Each of these different structures will assist you. The dragons are always around you, assisting with their multidimensional travel for your being and your astral travel. These special codes will continue to guide you in your travels for the real work that you do. Know that your being is activated and active. We send you our love and our blessings, and we thank you for your continued work within this realm. We are here for you. Our blessings and love. And we thank you for your light and your love. Go and be illuminated. And I am back. Oh man.
I got frozen.
Susan, I had that hand vibration thing happen again.
I'm feeling tingly right now, like my whole like legs and yeah, I just feel tingly like all over.
You know how
But
you said I'll get that-
mainly in my legs and feet, but a little in my hands too. But yeah, and I've been yawning.
It's
I
crazy.
got frozen. Like freeze. Somebody's holding my head.
Like holding you in place while they're doing the work so you don't move.
Yeah, like I was frozen. Like, okay, just have to stay like this.
Well, you know what's interesting? I
I'm
usually
still
get that like
working on it.
still doing it.
There's-
I usually get that
Mhm.
grip like around my ribs. This time it was only in my back. And not all up, not the length of my spine. It was like maybe from my hips to like the top of my shoulders, maybe like for a woman above the bra strap, like right about in that area, like that section of my back was just really like I was being held.
Yeah.